us with imaginary soundings, and doubting if his men were sober. I offered entertainment and warmth below, but he declined on the ground that Davies would be tempted to cut the tow rope and make us pass the night on a safe sandbank. Davies took the raillery unmoved. His work done, he took the tiller and sat bareheaded, intent on the launch, the course, the details, and chances of the present. I brought up cigars and we settled ourselves facing him, our backs to the wind and spray. And so we made the rest of the passage, von Brüning cuddled against me and the cabin hatch, alternately shouting a jest to Davies and talking to me in a light and charming vein, with just that shade of patronage that the disparity in our ages warranted, about my time in Germany, places, people and books I knew, and about life, especially young men's life, in England, a country he had never visited, but hoped to. I responding as well as I could, striving to meet his mood, acquit myself like a man, draw zest instead of humiliation from the irony of our position, but scarcely able to make headway against a numbing sense of defeat and incapacity. A queer thought was haunting me too, that such skill and judgment as I possessed was slipping from me as we left the land and faced again the rigours of this exacting sea. Davies, I very well knew, was under exactly the opposite spell, a spell which even the reproach of the tow rope could not annul. His face, in the glow of the binnacle, was beginning to wear that same look of contentment and resolve that I had seen on it that night we had sailed to Kiel from Schlei Fiord. Heaven knows he had more cause to worry than I, a casual comrade in an adventure which was peculiarly his, which meant everything on earth to him; but there he was, washing away perplexity in the salt wind, drawing counsel and confidence from the unfailing source of all his inspirations, the sea. "Looks happy, doesn't he?" said the captain once. I grunted that he did, ashamed to find how irritated the remark made me. "You'll remember what I said," he added in my ear. "Yes," I said, "but I should like to see her. What is she like?" "Dangerous." I could well believe it. The hull of the Blitz loomed up, and a minute later our kedge was splashing overboard and the launch was backing alongside. "Good night, gentlemen," said our passenger. "You're safe enough here, and you can run across in 10 minutes in the morning and pick up your anchor if it's there still. Then you've a fair wind west, to England if you like. If you decide to stay a little longer in these parts, and I'm in reach, count on me to help you, to sport or anything else." We thanked him, shook hands, and he was gone. "He's a thundering good chap, anyhow," said Davies, and I heartily agreed. The narrow vigilant life began again at once. We were safe enough, in a sense, but a warp and a 20-pound anchor were poor security if the wind backed or increased. Plans for contingencies had to be made, and deck watches kept till midnight, when the weather seemed to improve, and stars appeared. The glass was rising, so we turned in and slept under the very wing, so to speak, of the Imperial Government. "Davies," I said, when we were settled in our bunks, "it's only a day's sail to Norderney, isn't it?" "With a fair wind, less, if we go outside the islands direct." "Well, it's settled then that we do that to-morrow?" "I suppose so. We've got to get the anchor first. Good night." End of chapter 18.